Hi guys, this is part 2 and I'm still on this jump. What's extremely annoying, if I were to take out that last block, then that would be much easier, but I'd go for the harder. So then it would be, so number one tip, if you are supposed to run away from someone or something, I recommend head scissors because that'll make you go faster than normal sprinting. Because if you normally sprint, then that's going to be a huge problem, because then they could catch up to you easily. Okay, so finally that one's done. And most of the dinner bone thing, it happens for every single mob, even the spawned ones like iron golems. Like that one's named dinner bone. I remember naming it, and it looks extremely funny. And it's also levitating. Its hitbox, I think, changed. Or if it's the same hitbox, then I'm confused. Then I'm seriously confused, because if it has an upside down hitbox, then I understand because the mob's upside down. So more about today's video is about mlgs, not really that much about parkour. And lightning just struck some chicken. I think it struck the chicken what I named dinner bone, but it could be a different chicken or a different mob, because I remember seeing that was a mob, but it could be just the grass. So while it's raining, it's a huge disadvantage for me. So I'm just going to put in the weather clear, the slash weather clear. So then they'll be much easier to see. But for me, mlgs are much easier than I thought they were when I practiced, because at the beginning I was very bad at them, but now when I practice, because the number one rule of getting good at something is to practice. And it's not just me lying, it actually works. Okay, got it. And done it. That's the best part about it. Even if you don't see it, that's much better, because then it's showing that you are improving your speed. Because the more speed you have, if you're running away from someone who's about to go into your water, is better speed, because then they'll fall and they would just fell from a huge height, which then make them hit the respawn button. And as soon as they do that, you have more time to run away. So that's one tip. Second tip is practice, which I do a lot, finally. So I think the main two things is parkour, head hitters, and then mlgs. That's the main three what I would recommend doing. So 3, 2, 1, throw that, get down. And don't throw yourself down before you use the water. And try to get a clear space, not what I've just done, because I've hit this block instead of the place where I placed the water. So then try to avoid that. If you can't avoid that, well, that's a bit bad. And yeah, so I'm just going to go to the top of that sort of cliff. I'd say it's a cliff, but I don't know what you'd call it, like a mountain, I'd say. Because of the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update, it's much easier to find them, I think. So then it's much easier to find emeralds, because more mountain biomes is more likely to find emeralds than in a flat biome. So for this, I really like this world because I can easily go to the top of this place, like parkour a bit. So at least I can practice onto this. But otherwise, I'm just going to go to the end of the cliff and MLG because oh yeah. So you can practice from any height you want, and I think I've got relatively quick with MLGs, so it'll be much better if you fell, like let's say from build limit and then someone was chasing after you and then you jumped and placed a slime block, like placed a slime block and then broke it as soon as you landed on it. I would say that that's a pretty good save for you, because then they'll hit the respawn button and you have more time to run away. So now it's more like speedrun or manhunt tips. Like speedrun or manhunt tips, which should be pretty good. Like use beds in the nether if you want to find netherite. But I recommend like bastion remnants or nether fortresses. But the number one thing what you need is the piglins and the nether fortresses, because you have to get blaze rods to get blaze powder, and you have to also get ender pearls, which you can trade from the piglins. And as soon as you do that, then you can make the eyes of ender and travel to the you can travel to the stronghold after that. So I recommend between like 10 to 20, no, about 15 to 20 blaze rods, and then you can just go away from the fortress, because you don't know how much is going to break. So you can trade tons of gold, because the nether is now filled with gold, so it's much easier. Find flat place, easy. Now also for elytras, you will, if you want to glide, then you will just need the elytra. But if you want to also fly, then you would need the what is it called, the wait. Okay, so it doesn't work in your offhand. So if you want to fly, then you will need the fireworks. Because if you have the fireworks, you can't. If you don't have the fireworks, then you can't fly. And the best thing about this place is that I can go and touch the clouds. Wait, is that mountain bunnies or goats? That's the first time I've ever seen goats in Minecraft. I haven't seen goats before in Minecraft. It's part of the 1.17 update. So that's the first thing I've found in the 1.17 update for mobs. They are going to add the wardens, but I'm not too excited about the wardens because that's just more of a hostile mob. So then I really like going to the top of the onto the top of the trees, because then I have more place to glide and fly, so it's much easier for me to use my elytra. And also thing what I can recommend is if you have tons of iron and you have really, like, let's say all of the desert temples inside of your Minecraft world, like every single one you can't find anymore. It's like you've raided all of them. If you've done that, then you would have tons of enchanted books as well. which is the best thing because then you can use iron to make one of those. So you can make one of those anvils, and then you can get the what's it called? The enchanted armor or gear. Because as soon as you get the enchanted armor or gear, especially for manhunts, it's the best thing what you can find, because it's the best thing you can do, because if you're one of the hunters or the one who's getting hunted, I highly recommend it, because then you can defend yourself or just make your job easier by hunting them. So that's what I mostly recommend. And the second most thing I recommend is villages, like what I've just shown you, or what I've been the whole time. And the second thing I recommend is, well, this. I've already been in this ravine like tons of times before, so that's why all of it's like, for like tons of things you can find. I already found like diamonds where the dirt is, because there was tons of like lava and water, so it messed me up like a lot. And then nether portal. For me, I like doing the sort of water near the nether portal, because then it looks like you're getting dragged in. So anyways, I'm just going to go back to the top of the ravine, because there is an easier way to get to the top. Wait, do I need my armor for this? No, I don't need armor. I was thinking about going like inside of the lava, but then I would think that my ledge will burn. So now it's just the ravine. It's almost coming to the end. And the reason why I mostly recommend ravines is because you can find like diamonds, iron, gold, like that sort of stuff. Because as soon as you get the iron and gold, that's perfect for the nether. And I'll come back for part 3 next week. Bye.